going on, everybody? I'm just taking a walk up to the store, about to buy myself some food. And as you all know, I love making videos for you all. And I got an email that I've been sitting on for a few weeks now. I've had it in my inbox. I just haven't really touched it yet. And I thought now would be a good time to talk about it. By the way, just before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I just want you guys to do a little 360 here. Look, everybody look. I do not live in Cambodia anymore. I get emails every single day. Hey man, are you in Phnom Penh? Let's meet up. Hey, I'm coming to Cambodia soon. Let's meet up and hang out. That would be awesome if I was still there, but I haven't lived there in almost a year now. So stop asking me if I want to meet up, because I live in fucking Virginia. If y'all live in Virginia and you want to meet up, nojokestriking@gmail.com. Bitches. I digress. Got an email. Hi Howard. I have a question that I thought you might want to do a video on. What was the most difficult thing you had to overcome in your childhood? Thank you. Keep up the good work. Amin from the Netherlands. Thanks, man. Shout out to the Netherlands. Shout out to Heineken, by the way. Shout out to Heineken. Alright, so what was the most difficult thing I had to overcome in my childhood? Now, is my story unique? No. A lot of people have experienced the same thing I have. But I'm going to talk about my personal experience. Let me take a... Get a little hot, little toasty in this jacket. So, when I was 9 years old, I lived in beautiful, sunny Florida. I grew up in Florida till I was 9 years old. I lived in Orlando, Kissimmee, Fort Lauderdale, the Miami area, and as you all know, I ain't in fucking Florida anymore now, am I? I don't live in beautiful sunny Florida. So when I was 9, my family moved from South Florida to Front Royal, Virginia, which for those of you who don't know, Front Royal, Virginia is one of the poorest towns in Virginia. It's one of the roughest, most crime-ridden, drug-addled towns, and that's not a joke. You guys can look that shit up. Front Royal is a very small town, but it is a very rough town. I got into a lot of fights there, but I'm going to talk about that here in a minute. So, one of the biggest things I had to overcome in my childhood was being myself amongst people who I could not relate to on an intellectual level, on a cultural level, on a musical level, on a you know, a lot of kids just thought I was weird. They thought, you know, for the music I liked, the clothes I wore, the way I talked, the fact that I didn't talk the same way, as I don't talk like this, and fucking niggers and fuck like that was one of the biggest changes I had when I was 9 years old. I moved to Virginia and I never heard people say nigger so much in my entire life. Like I knew the word when I was a boy, but I had never heard it used so freely and with such hatred. To be honest, like it just kind of shocked me, I guess. But moving onward, one of the biggest things I had to overcome was getting bullied, was getting picked on. And from the time I was about 9 years old to the time I was 14, about a good 5 years, I got bullied on a regular basis. I mean, it could be verbal, emotional, psychological. It would be kids pushing me in the locker, stepping on my hands, you know, kicking my desk, coming up behind me and pushing my head. I mean, just all kinds of stuff. Every day I was like, man, is someone gonna fuck with me? And the worst part of it was not the actual act of being bullied. The worst part of it was after the fact, laying in my bed at night, mad at myself because I didn't do something. And just a side note, that's a huge piece of advice for anybody that takes any shit from anybody, that doesn't do anything about it. Man, that shit's gonna eat you up inside, and it used to eat me up inside. So fast forward a few years, I was about 13 years old. My mother and I were going on a drive, and she just asked me what was going on in my life, and I told her I wanted to kill people at my school. I had a hit list of kids I wanted to kill at my school, just like a lot of school shooters might. I told her that I hated myself, that I had constant fantasies about decapitating kids and shooting them and killing their families, and I was so angry, ultimately with myself, because I was such a fucking pussy. I had no backbone to stand up for myself or throw a punch or raise my voice or do anything like that. And obviously I'm not like that now, because Well, I don't even need to say that, man. I don't take shit from any motherfuckers, man, and it's awesome. I'm so happy that I'm like that. So, fast forward another few months. I told this to a psychologist. Essentially, I was admitted to a mental hospital against my will. If I'd said I didn't want to go, the police were going to take me. I had to go to a mental hospital for several weeks, and I was on Depakote, Abilify, Zyprexa, what the fuck else? Wellbutrin, Paxil, or not, Zoloft, all that shit, man. ABC 1, 2, 3, up, down, left, right. I was fucking doing it, all because I couldn't stand up for myself, all because I let these boys come up and smack me in the head, and these girls laugh at me. It was the most embarrassing thing, getting bullied by boys, and then the girls laughing at me. The girls used to call me a little bitch. They used to say, "You're the most bitchinest little boy I ever seen. You're the most faggot-ass little boy I ever seen." Because I wouldn't stand up for myself. So one day, I must say this motherfucker's name too. This dude's name was Tom Rowe. Now there's a million Tom Rows out there, so you guys have no idea who I'm talking about. But this guy's name was Tom Rowe, and we were friends at one point. But then we kind of stopped being friends, whatever. You know how boys are. We stopped being friends for the stupidest reasons, because, like, he liked a band that I didn't like, and it was so dumb, right? So, anyways, I'm about 14 years old. I'm in 9th grade, and I'm in algebra class, my least favorite class. And I remember the day, October 17th, 2003. October 17th, 2003. Tom Rowe comes up to me after algebra class, and he does this. He comes up, and the second his hand gets to the air, I drop my bag, and I'm already in a dissociative psychedelic state. I'm already in a dissociative state because it's my first fight. Everything's a blur. I've got this adrenaline rush. I know I'm doing something that I've never done before, that is potentially dangerous, that I'm going to get in trouble for. I'm hurting another person. So I just started punching him in his fucking face. I put him in a headlock. I mean, I was giving him the old, old school beat down. And I knocked him down, and he spun around, and he gets back up, and he's like, "Dude, stop." And I'm like, "No, motherfucker." I hit him again, and he gets down. He falls down, he gets back up. I said, "You want some more?" And he's just like, "No, no," like that. And man, I was the most popular kid in school because everybody wanted to see Tom Rowe get his ass whooped, and I fucked this dude up. I mean, I was straight teeing off on this motherfucker's jaw, man. It was sweet, man. So then another couple months later, this other boy tries me. He pokes me in the back with a needle in the lung. He has a pin. For all I know, this could have had HIV on it. I mean, it didn't. I've been tested. Just a disclaimer. I'm STD free, but that's fucked up, man. You come up and poke somebody in the needle with a needle in their back, and I kind of went like that because it was a shock. And what do? They all start making fun of me. "Oh, you little princess, you little faggot, squealing like a little bitch, a little sissy faggot." And he had him and all his boys. He had like 5 or 6 other boys with him. So I made up my mind right there. I said, I'm gonna eat my chicken patty sandwich. I'm gonna eat my French fries. I'm gonna wash it down with some chocolate milk. And afterwards, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. That's exactly what I did. So we get out of the cafeteria, and I put my arm around him. I was walking with him. I'm like, hey, his name was Doug. I'm like, "Hey, Doug, just so you know, man, you ever try some shit like that again, I'm gonna beat your motherfucking ass." And I pretty much said it to him like that, and he stops, and he just goes, he starts laughing. His buddies are standing there like, arms crossed. And I go, "Oh yeah, you think it's funny? Right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook, knee to the body, right hook, left hook, right hook, left hook," knocked out. And right around the fucking corner stands the principal. Fuck, busted, caught red-handed. So from then on there, I was eager to fight because I'm making up for lost time. I was eager to fight for myself. I was eager to fight for other kids I saw got bullied. Like, there was this time in high school, there was a boy, he was in special ed. He had learning disabilities, but I liked him. He was cool, a very nice kid. But I saw him one day, he got pushed against a wall, and he fell down, and all his books came out, and I'm like, man, no. So I took that, I just grabbed this dude by his shirt, and I spun him around. I fucking threw his ass against the wall, man. And like the teachers broke it up and stuff, but I guess another thing for me that I had to overcome was my taste for fighting. I developed a taste for punching people in their fucking face. And as you can see, I mean, I've definitely paid the price for it, breaking my hand. You know, I've punched a lot of people in their face. I have. And that's something else I had to overcome. When I was in high school, I turned 18, of course, and the school resource police officer pulled me in her office, and she's like, look, Brayton, you're turning 18 next week. If you get in any kind of physical altercation, I'm handcuffing you and taking you to jail because you're an adult now. So my behavior, like verbally, was very bad my senior year in high school. I had to go to the school board, the county school board, and it was a hearing for me whether or not I was going to be expelled from high school. So I almost got kicked out of high school. I almost got expelled from high school for my behavior. And the reason my behavior got bad is because I stopped fighting. So I tried to transfer that anger and that aggression into my mouth, into my words. And I started cussing out my principal and cussing out other kids and throwing shit because I was so angry and I had this energy and needless to say, I didn't get any more fights in high school. I did alright. You know, so then several years later, you know, I ended up getting into like Muay Thai and kickboxing, and I learned very quickly that there's a major difference between somebody who has never trained any kind of martial arts discipline versus somebody who's even trained for a month. Now, I was used to going in there in the gym, and I was bigger at the time, and I was used to throwing, you know, like, cause I was like a brawler. I threw heavy hooks. I pushed you. I headbutted you. I was aggressive, always moving forward. And then I was humbled. I was humbled by a guy half my size. He kicked my ass. He threw me on the ground, knocked the wind out of me, beat me up. I was like, damn, I better change my mindset here and channel my aggression into focus. I better channel my aggression into discipline, if that makes sense, which I think it does make sense. So I guess if that answers your question, Mr. Amin from the Netherlands, the most difficult things I had to overcome in my childhood were standing up for myself. And then after that, once I learned how to stand up for myself, I started abusing the fact that I had the ability to beat up other people, even though they might be a little bit bigger than me sometimes. Sometimes they were usually always my size or bigger. Sometimes smaller, because they're assholes. But it was hard for me to overcome not standing up for myself and to overcome then the temptation to get into fights. You know? And even now, I was at my day job the other day. You know, I got like a regular day job. And long story short, I mean, this is right in front of my job. Like I could have been fired. This dude cuts off my dad, whatever. He starts cussing at my dad. I immediately do what I always do. See that? That's my backpack and my coat right there. That shit was on the ground like that. And I started walking up to him, man. And my dad's like, no, not in front of your job, not in front of your job. Because I'm not going to have anybody disrespecting my dad like that. No. My dad's getting a little older now. Fuck that. So one thing I'm having to overcome in my adult life is keeping my head straight on. And as you all know, I've had a hard time doing that. I've been up and down with that for a very long time now. So I'm trying to make positive changes in my life. Like I've stopped drinking alcohol. I stopped smoking weed. I'm trying to get up at the same time every day and go to bed at the same time every night, man. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying, man. I've got a long road ahead of me, man, but so do a lot of you guys, and I'm here to help. Maybe some of y'all can help me. I think my videos help some of you guys for sure. That's why y'all watch me. But anyways, man, thanks for the email. I thought I'd make a little video, share some stories. Hope you all liked it. If you want to shoot me an email, any video topics you want discussed, any advice you want given, nojokestriking@gmail.com. Bitches, Instagram @BraytonHoward, and like and share my shit on Facebook, facebook.com/nojokeHoward. All that'll be in the box below. I love you all. Peace.